Today we are reading some of the main questions. So the first question is bring out the relationship between the shrinking of Himalayas and the symptom of climate change in Indian subcontinent. Okay, so means the shrinking of Himalayas leading to the symptoms of climate change in the Indian Ocean. Okay, so what are the relation between these two? So there will be a basic intro there. It is a 2015 question, and it is related to geographic phenomena. So there will be a IPC report of 2015 connection between Himalayas and climate change. So there will be the different factors. So albedo effect. Albedo effect is simply that the ice will melt more due to the albedo decreasing in albedo effect. It will lead to the global warming, and it will start melting. Ice will start melting, and it will lead to different factors like climate change, flood, and drought. Also, flood and drought are you can say that how they are coming at the same point of time. Flood is like the overflooding of rivers due to the melting, but droughts are at the same time when the rivers when the ice will melt fully. It will bring out the condition of drought because of the ice caps are melted. So now the drought situation will be there. Now there are different also silting of rivers and dams. It will also lead by the melting. So aquatic life will also be get hindered, both positively and negatively. But we have we can make it under the symptoms of climate change. So aquatic life will also get changed. Okay, vegetation will also get eroded in different areas like which are like the different forest reserves, and which are different national park which are located and situated in the course of river. So they will also get affected. Okay, now you have to remember that you have to approach the answer multidimensionally as it is written here, and try to correct it directly, not indirectly. There can be different reasons, there can be different steps and reaction of melting of Himalayas, but we have to try to collect those examples or those phenomena which are directly connected to this, not indirectly connected or way far away connected. Okay, so now coming to the second question. The most of the unusual climate happening are explained as an outcome of El Nino effect. Do you agree? So the question is that there are different climatic changes or unusual climate happening which you can relate to El Nino. So you agree with this or not? So it's a tricky question because there can be two sides of this question also. So now you have to just simply give the introduction of El Nino. El Nino is the simple appearance of warm current in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Okay, so it is basically in the Peru coast, near Peru coast. Okay, so now what are the causes of the unusual happening? So the causes of unusual happening, which can be the precipitation in the Peru coast, which will directly affect the fishing industry near it, and there can be the Indian side can also face the effect of El Nino because of the drought conditions. Then there will be delay of monsoon. So the monsoon will directly get delayed due to winds which are like westerlies wind. I think these are the easterlies. So these are the easterlies wind which will directly affect our monsoon, Indian monsoon, from the side of African subcontinent near Madagascar. So the delay in monsoon will be as seen. Then there are other aspects. The other aspects are like, it's not only that the El Nino is affecting our monsoon, Indian monsoon. So we can relate or add up the other phenomena which can directly or indirectly affect the climatic conditions. So Indian Ocean Dipole is one of them, IOD. So IOD directly affect monsoon because, as you can see here, so this is a map. Okay, it's a good map. So yeah, so here it is Indian subcontinent, it is Indian Ocean, there is Sri Lanka. It is like wiped out because it's, you can see its economic activities. So yeah, so temperature will increase in the near Madagascar. Temperature will increase, so load and pressure conditions will start arising here. Then here the temperature will decrease and the low pressure, okay, fuck, high pressure condition will be seen here. So yeah, we were talking about this thing. So yeah, temperature difference will be here, temperature difference, pressure difference will be here, so it will be led to a positive IOD condition, and it can be vice versa, so it will also affect monsoon. Okay, so this was all, and now coming to the other questions. So what are the characteristics can be assigned to monsoon climate that succeed in feeding more than 50% of the population? Okay, 50% is population, okay, not anything else. So it's a 2017 question. Now we'll be talking about the introduction. So introduction is so introduction will be like the monsoon climates. So what are the monsoon climate that succeed? Okay, so what can monsoon climate can do to help feeding of this population, 50% of the population? So monsoon climate, what is monsoon climate? You have to introduce the regions other than India also. Okay, so you cannot limited this monsoon condition in India. Of course, there are different regions in the world or the globe where the monsoon conditions are also found. It's not India exclusive. So you have to define those regions also. So the examiner can think and can feel that you have the knowledge of different dimension, not only of our country. So now you have to define the second part will be the characteristic of monsoon climate. So characteristic of monsoon climate and their significance. Okay, so what are the characteristic? Climate, vegetation, agriculture, agrobation industries, course of river flooding and monsoon. So as you are agriculture student, so you know all of these, you don't have to define, means I don't have to define. So now the second question is the tropical cyclones are largely confined to South China Sea, BOB, and Gulf of Mexico. Why? So it's Bay of Bengal. Okay, so 2014 question, geographical phenomena, it's the topic name, and the static and applied portion of the question it is. Static and applied means there are two type of things, static and applied. Static and applied means there you have to apply your knowledge to cut down the question or to answer the question. So introduction is the top tropical cyclone. You have to define limited in the areas. Now you have to define the reasons. So what are the reasons of tropical cyclone? What are the reasons of tropical cyclones? What are the reasons? Because the tropical cyclones are directly confined to South China Sea, Bay of Bengal, and Mexico. Oh, so you have to have the reasons which causes cyclone in these areas. Okay, at most. Where the reasons are: formation of cyclone require high temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius, warm water means. Okay, not 100 degrees Celsius. Depth of water 60 to 70 meters. Coldest force from 5 degree to 15 degree northeast. Sir, पानी दे यार, पानी दियो. ठीक है, after that temperature falls. Okay, means after that temperature will fall. Okay, so that's why coldest force will not work in the other time areas because the temperature will start falling. In these areas the top temperature is higher, relatively higher of 27 degrees Celsius. High humidity, 60% need to be the humidity to create the condition of convection. Okay, presence of low pressure depressions. Okay, and now what you have to prove is that these factors above directly relate to these in these areas, means these factors satisfy the requirement in these areas, South China Sea and these. So this is the thing, and one last also is difference of the wind speed. Okay, so this is the difference of wind speed, not to be much. So difference of wind speed need not to be much vertically. Okay, vertically what it means, that vertically the wind speed need to not to be much. What it will create is the cyclone, because if the speed in this height and this height are different, so the cyclone will have, means it will not rise and it will not create as at most. Okay, you have to define it by map in these three regions. Okay, so bye bye, this is all. Okay.